they still hand those out. You see, is this like the soft one? Oh yeah. It's one of the chewable ones too. Oh, that's tasty. And minty. And fresh. Oh, minty fresh. Apologies. Let me, Alright. I'm going to actually change the thumbnail around for just a second. We are going to change it to something else. I'm going to change it to... I think it's this one? Let's see. Yes, perfect. There we go. Perfect. Yes. I'm sorry. I freaking think the thumbnail works quite well, so. Alright. Anywho, we're gonna enable the chats real quick. We're gonna enable that one. We're gonna enable this one. We're gonna enable that other one. And there we go. Would you look at that? Okay. Now. Hi,
Doggo. Doggo, doggy, dog. Kiki.
Nice. That was work. How's errands? How's your day in general? Hoping it's well for you. How you doing, Kabeko? Let me do something real quick. I apologize.
Yeah, I'm good.
Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. I do need to notify the Discord, though. I did forget to do that. Hold on. Let me see here. Hold on. One sec. Sorry, one sec. One moment. Sorry about that. All right. Let's see here. While that's going to do this.
I sent a cool Kato in the art channel.
Oh,
yeah,
I
Kato.
freaking opened up some cool Kato in the art channel. Well, we will take a look at it. Hold on. It's like opened up like everything but Discord for some odd reason. Hold on. Hold on. Apologies. I'm gonna notify. Oh, never mind. People already notified them. Okay. Zen hasn't said anything yet, though. Notified people, but you know how it goes. God, I hate. It is so odd seeing that face now. It is so odd seeing him. Anyway, creature, hello. How you doing, MK? How's work? How's errands? How's your day in general? Hey, look, we are not just creatures, we are straight white malians, okay? Or not straight, sorry, we are gay white malians, my bad. You know, nobody ever understands us. No, I'm joking. Anyway, alright, apologies.
I'm at 53 consecutive streams watched as of now.
Anyway, 53 consecutive streams. Holy shit. You guys are hella dedicated. I don't know why. I appreciate it to the highest degree, but it is insane that what do I call it? Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like I'm friggin' I don't know. I appreciate it, but it is still nuts that you guys still spend any time on me. Genuinely.
MMM I sees UHAV watched Lesbian Rick and Morty the movie. Omega.
Lesbian Rick and Morty the movie. That's giving
Because you're
it
a cool guy.
way too much. That's giving it way
I'm
too
loyal to those
much
who actually
headache.
think about the consequences of their actions.
That's giving it way too much credit. If you like, look, man, I know a lot of people shit on Rick and Morty, but this was something that was just like like very offensive.
An act to reduce
I
suffering
don't-
when possible.
I don't know how to explain it, but it's like it feels like the movie was made to the level where it was like how do I say this? Like, you know how a lot of the, well, probably not, but you know how like a lot of the like right-wingy, like anti-woke like conservative animated channels, like those cartoon channels, they end up like
Also, yeah, cat.
they
That cat with the fishtail.
they
Yeah,
use
you're
like
cool.
they do everything as like to basically like heavily stereotype and be as offensive as possible to like minorities that like, and obviously like don't understand what like, you know, LGBTQ is, or like black culture is, or Hispanic culture, or any culture that's other than like freaking evangelicism or Mormonism or some kind of like Catholicism, like that kind of shit. People that clearly grew up as like heavily Catholic and never like really left the church type of thing. It's like and think that like every type of like minority is like a stereotype of something, right? Where they're clearly just like not touching grass, that kind of thing, right? So like that's how fucking Lesbian Space Princess was, dude. It just, one, it didn't even need the word lesbian space princess. It should have just said, like, I feel like if it just, how do I say this? If it had just the words space princess,
Lesbian fart princess.
yeah, it's like if it just had the word space princess, I think it would have been fine. Because like at first I thought it was just like a giant parody movie. Because like I thought it was like a huge parody movie based off of like, because everybody was like shitting on it. Yeah, well, it's a stereotype. It's massively stereotypical. It's offensive. It's like, it's what you think like those conservative movies do that like that talk about like, or that constantly like shit on like gay people, but it's like obviously heavily wrong, you know? It's heavily incorrect. And it's like, it would be different if it was just that shit where it's clearly bait and clearly meant to just shit on us just because, like, you know, it's not like we've been attacked for, you know, at least my whole life and fucking since the 70s, you know, like I haven't been around since the 70s. I'm just saying my whole life plus like since the 70s, right? Shit has been going on for a long fucking time, right? But like, it is so ironic. Does it got the programmer socks? Which cat? Oh yes, yeah. We were talking about you yesterday, MK, and I forgot exactly what it was. But we were talking about something similar to that, like similar to your OC, and I can't remember exactly what it was. Yeah, you missed something that involved that. What was I gonna say? Yeah, how do I say it? Yeah, it just, I know I keep talking about it, but like, that's my new obsession, I guess. Okay. Yeah, yeah. It was like obscenely offensive, you know? It felt like it wasn't even, like, it felt like one of those movies. Yeah, it feels like just one of those, like, movies where it was like, I thought it was like a thing that was shitting on like the LGBTQ plus community and like clearly just didn't understand like LGBTQ plus people at all. I had no idea. Like when I actually watched it, I knew that it was like now I knew it wasn't. But I thought like, and then second off on Twitter, I thought like, cause obviously people go fucking batshit insane and are like hella cringe on like Twitter, right? But it's like I just, I thought it was just a bunch of fucking I thought it was a bunch of people like that. What do you call it? I thought it was like for a bunch of people like that, right? Like that were just there to shit on it and people are being over the top about it and hating something like that. But it was bad and it literally is dangerous as fuck because now tons of people now like the anti-woke gamergate crowd can now like make fun or now use that as like actual media to shit on because what did they have before? They had Disney, like obviously like trying to appeal to minorities when obviously they know nothing about minorities, and it was very clearly like from old white guys perspective of not understanding shit like that. And then before that was like something else, like fucking, I don't know. God knows, man. It's like they always find shit to try to like to dunk on, but it obviously is like it's very obvious that, the minorities like of the community that these fucking corporations try to appeal to. It's very clearly okay. Hell yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I'm genuinely interested in this Pop-Tart. I'm generally like interested. If this character was in a show, this would actually be very. This would like I would genuinely find interest in this. I'm not gonna lie. I would definitely like to see this character like fucking stab a bunch of bitches. Anyway, how do you say it? I just genuinely like yeah, it is. It's pretty neat. I don't know how you say it. Yeah, it's crazy to me because like we have two gay boys again. I don't know what's going on here though. I don't know. Yeah, it's wild to me, man. It's like it feels weird on that. And at first I thought like I don't know. I thought it was going to be like a massive like criticism on the LGBTQ plus community at first before I even watched it. So like I was like, okay, this is like I thought it was just going to be like a thing that dunks on us, which is completely fair. It's completely fair to talk about like the issues with the LGBTQ plus community that is in the perspective or that is from the perspective of an LGBTQ plus person, right? That would have made sense, right? Like genuinely, I would have totally been down for that. I do that from time to time where I literally like make criticisms off of the LGBTQ plus community. I do genuinely think that there's some issues in our community, and I think that, and people say, oh, don't attack glass houses, but in this case, yeah, it's kind of important to sometimes point out the issues in the community that I've been in for years and something that I am, because there's obviously like a difference between the culture and the person, right? It's like, and it's interesting, right? It's like with furries, like I heavily am now criticizing furries because of just how big of an issue they are now. It's interesting, right? It's like people may get offended by that, but sometimes not everybody wants to hear that type of shit, right? But this just wasn't doing that. It was just purely a thing using stereotypes. And then on top of it as well, it didn't even necessarily even commit to the stereotypes. It just kind of used stereotypes and then just like shoved it off to the side and pretended like it was like, I don't know. I guess it couldn't have been any more like fucking, it was just offensive to the LGBTQ plus community and only just made a stronger point for fucking, for straight dudes. For ironically, for the fucking straight white males that they're talking about, It just made more of a case that's like they're they might have something going on here. I don't know. So, although this is adorable. Hi, Geitz. Anyway, I don't know. These are all adorable. I'm sorry. I'm like, I am heavily, you know me, when I get fucking heavily. Hey y'all, what the, are your VTuber has updated? Yippee. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm going back and forth. This one I'm gonna keep as a joke for a while, I guess. If I fully just switch to him, I may switch to him, but again, I don't know. I'm going back and forth on it right now. But for now, until this freaking like show is irrelevant again, or like, the joke has gone sour. Yeah. It's until the joke has gone sour, I'll probably switch back, but again, because I don't know. Color is very how do I say it? Color is very stereotypical, like, or stereotypical, not stereotypical. He's a yeah, stereotypical, but he's a joke on he's a satire off of, really. Wait, the original one? Hold on. Wait, the original Optimus Prime voice actor or a different one? Because original voice actor for Optimus Prime, I thought he died a long time ago. Hold on, Optimus Prime, original voice actor. Hold on. Which one? Passed away at 85. Wait, what? Hold on a minute. I thought he passed away a long time ago. Oh, this is the okay, this is the movie one. Okay, yeah. This is the movie one. Wait, hold on, let me see. Uh Known for Optimus Prime and the no, cartoon series. Never mind. Transformers cartoon series. Okay, yeah, no, it was the original. I don't know why they used the movie version then. It's like it was specifically for the original voice for the cartoon series. Yeah, the original cartoon. Wow. I didn't know he was alive still. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know this guy was alive still. Damn. He's only 80. He was 85 though. I'm kind of surprised he was like, I thought he was gonna be, I don't know, I thought he was gonna be a lot older than that. So wait, hold on. When did the original Okay, hold on. Transformers original movie. Hold on. 1986. This is what I'm kind of confused about. I guess yeah, what? Transformers was only in the 80s, so I guess it makes sense. I guess it makes sense that he's only like 85, or that he was 85 now. So weird. Hold on. Trying to figure out how old he was around. Good question. I would not know. Actually, trying to figure out, my pumpkin plants are strangling the weeds. Yeah, because it's a pumpkin. Yeah, there's like there's like 4 or 5 or like 6 people that I swear to God just passed away. I'm at that age now where, like, what do you call it? Every once in a while, so like when I was younger, my what do I call it? When I was younger, there was like people almost every day that my parents were familiar with, like actors and musicians and all those people that were like that my parents were familiar with, like passed away like almost every day. And it's like it's now just my turn where a lot of people that formed my childhood and my teenhood are starting to pass away because I'm getting in my 30s now. So it's like it's just bound to happen, you know. It's bound to happen that a lot of those people, yeah, exactly. Just everyone passes away eventually, but like, I'm just now at that age where now there's just gonna be a fuckload of people that are just gonna like start passing away like constantly, you know. Let's see. So what, 1986? Sorry, I'm trying to actually, like, figure this out. 40 years ago, show. He was still 45 by the time that even came out. Really? I did not. I did not. 1986. Yeah. What? What's the way I said 1986? No, I'm just kind of surprised. He was 45 even when he first voiced Optimus Prime. Really? I. Wow. Hmm. Yeah. That's interesting. I thought he would be a lot younger. I thought he like voiced it when he was in his like 30s or 20s or something. That's crazy. Yeah, because what? No, I guess that would make sense because that means he'd only be in his 60s by the time he passes away, which happens to most artists. So usually they pass away when they're in their 60s. Um, most of the time. Let's see. 26. Yeah, so I guess he would be I guess that would only make him 40. I guess that would only make him like 40 or 50 if he actually voiced the character in his like 20s or 30s. Wow. Damn. I I forget this like my as my mother is in her 60s. So it's like it's just so odd because it's like I completely forget the people that were like I yeah. I have good night, Capeko. Um yeah, I guess it just makes me like wonder what not wonder. It just makes me wonder. Do 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 do. No, I'm joking. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. It's just so odd. I did not expect him to voice the character so late. Hold on. What? Who did he? What did he voice before then? Hold on. Peter. Peter Cullen. Let's see. Let me check real quick. Because what did he voice before Optimus Prime? He had to voice other things, right? Because this was in the 80s, so this had to be like. Oops. It was in the 80s, so it had to be like a little. Or what do you call it? There had to be like something before this then. So let's see. Obviously, he voiced in all the freaking like movies later, but so I you gotta love how all the stuff he's known for now is instead of just the original Transformers, it's this shit. You know, he also was in Invincible, but hey, you know, I just known for these four knockoff fucking shitty like Transformer movies. But sure, man, sure. Such an odd thing. That IMDb person did him fucking. The person that approved his shit did him dirty. Did him so dirty. Anyway, um, let's see here. So what did he voice in the? So let's see. What 1985 is when he first voiced Optimus Prime, right? Where is it? 19. She was in My Little Pony too. That's funny. Hold on. So Jetsons, nope. Botics, nope. Super Friends, nope. GoBots, nope. Dungeons and Dragons, nope. Where the fuck is it? Transformers movie, but we need the original Transformers. Where is it? Am I stupid? Roll. What? Hold on. Transformers. Hold on. Just like go all the way to the bottom. Nope, that's 2007. It's the shitty Michael Bay one. Whoops, damn it. Let's see. Hey kids, it's me, Michael Bay. Anyway, that's not Michael Bay, that's someone else. Okay. Hey, okay, weird. The original doesn't even show up, it's just the movie. What? Okay. Odd. Wonder why the series doesn't show up, but okay. Sure. Why not? The fuck? Wait, Donkey Kong had a series? I don't remember that. Anyway, alright, whatever. Um, yeah, alright, interesting. I'm actually kind of curious. What did he voice later? Let me see. Oh yeah, I just realized. Yeah, he died when so Thaddeus is gonna have to be someone else. Oh God, I didn't even think about that. Someone else actually has to voice Thaddeus now. Oh shit, I just thought about that. Hold on. Hold on, is Thaddeus the one I'm thinking of? Hold on. Yeah, someone else has to voice Thaddeus now. I didn't even think about. Oh wait, no, Thaddeus is dead. Never mind. Thaddeus is dead. We're good. I forgot. Thaddeus is dead in the series. I was like, oh shit, someone's gonna have to voice Thaddeus. No, I forgot. Yeah, Thaddeus died. Right, he got fucking a hole punched through him. Okay, thank God. Sorry, I just thought about this. I'm like, yeah. Oh my God, I didn't. Oh my God, you know what? That makes so much sense. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Sorry. Huge spoilers for Invincible. I apologize. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about that. Thaddeus just straight up. I do spoil shit a lot. I do apologize. I'm a huge like thing for cartoons, so I have a huge thing for cartoons. So I do apologize if I spoil something. Yeah, dude, I didn't even think. So that I'm not gonna lie. So that explains why Thaddeus, like, why I like. Also, TTS is not on, by the way. Should be. Oh, I hit a button and it fucking got rid of it. Got it. Yeah, sometimes I'll just hit a fucking thing on my keyboard and it will just mute it. So, apologies. Yeah, that explains why Thaddeus sounded so fucking familiar. Cuz it was so odd cuz I remember him like talking like that.
Of course he hits the button.
Yeah, what do you call it? It's yeah, I remember him like talking like, or I know him talking like that through the show. I didn't recognize it was just fucking. I didn't recognize it was the guy that was voicing Optimus Prime. I thought it was just someone that was good at replicating that voice. That's insane, dude. Okay, I didn't know that it was someone actually like replicating the voice and shit. Or I didn't know, not replicating. I didn't know it was somebody that was like, I didn't know it was just the official dude himself, you know? Because you don't think about stuff like that. You just think someone like can replicate like certain voice actors, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, this is pretty sweet. You know, I guess apparently it was. I should have expected that because fucking what's his name's in it. The main, what the fuck is his name? Like voices goddamn freaking Omni-Man. Hold on, let me see. Fucking hold on. Fuck is his name? Invincible. Let's see if I can find it. I shouldn't be surprised because they got what's his name in here? I mean, they got a lot of people in here, but they got freaking, where is he? Where the fuck?
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons, thank you. Yes, there we go, Nolan. Perfect, yeah. J.K. Simmons. Yeah, they got fucking J.K. Simmons. It's like voicing Nolan, so I shouldn't be shocked that what do you call it? That they got freaking the actual voice actor of Optimus Prime to voice Thaddeus, so it doesn't shock me. I just they've got a lot of people.
He's also the guy who played JJJ on the Spider-Man movies.
JJJ on the Spider-Man movies. I don't know who Are you talking about the live action movies? I don't really watch those, to be honest. I kind of got disinterested in live action Spider-Man. Not Spider-Man, just live action Marvel shit lately. I know that it's animated, yes, I know, but I don't know. The only time you can really catch me with like very live actiony stuff is when it's like what do you call it? Is when it's something that's like really grabs my attention, you know?
Jonah Jameson.
J. Jonah Jameson. Thank you. What about J. Jonah Jameson? Hold on. Wait, are you talking about the original Spider-Man movie, or are you talking about... Hold on. J. Jonah... If you're talking about the original Spider-Man movie, I did not know that. Really? Damn, that guy just fucking had some crazy voice talent. Okay, the original Spider-Man movie. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, really? Damn, did not know that. God, dude, it is so fucking crazy. The
one with Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, okay, got it. Okay, got it. Yeah. Yeah, see, God, dude, it's crazy because it's like it's so funny because there's some situations I just don't know like certain actors, and it is or like certain voices that actors do, and it is amazing when I find out that's the original fucking actor of like some other thing because I think of them as the character rather than the person, and I do like that genuinely. So. It doesn't pull me out it doesn't pull me out all the time. It is just very interesting when like, when you know a certain like character, like fucking again in like rock paper scissors, like the person that voices Scissors is the same person that voices fucking Crocker from Fairly Odd Parents, and I know that it's that voice actor, so it's like it's really hard to kind of, how do I say it? It's really hard to like not think of him saying certain things, but it's all right. So voice actors can do yeah. I want to be that person that's like, oh well, it's like, I want to be that person that's like, it's like, oh well, voice actors only have such a limited palette, but that's just a fucking lie. That's just a straight up lie because because voice actors 99.9% of the time can do a lot of fucking voices. Who would have guessed, right? So there's A-list celebrities. I almost said triple A-list celebrities. By this point, I guess they would be. There's A-list celebrities, and then there's, what do you call it? Then there's like voice actors. And I like it when when they hire a voice actor and not a celebrity, like an A-list celebrity, because an A-list celebrity will do the same exact voice over and over and over again, while the voice actor will always do a different one. Now, don't get me wrong, they may, like I said, they still can have a very limited like group of voices they can do, but also I doubt it because no, that's a lie. It's just a lie. Like they can do a lot of voices, and you won't even notice like another voice until like years later because they may recycle some here and there, but voice actors can do so many voices. People do not recognize that people that actually do like voice acting for a living and not just an A-list celebrity can like, I mean, sure, voice actors can be A-list celebrities sometimes, but a lot of times they do different voices all the fucking time. Almost every single one that wants to get into voice acting tends to do a million different voices. They can do a lot of voices because they're that fucking talented. I don't know exactly, like, they're that talented, but not to mention as well, they probably, like, they practice a lot. It's nuts. It's insane. Like, it's wild. Even when they start out as, like, an amateur, but then later, when they get professional, they are able to do, like, so many different voices. It's nuts. So, don't get me wrong, they'll kill the vocal cords if you decide to like, make the same voice actor do all different voices, but voice actors have a huge fucking range of voices they can do. So, but there is also the catch where sometimes the cast of the animation or cast of like, that animate the show have to actually voice a few characters here and there. you know like sometimes you just have to voice, like sometimes you just can't hire voice actors and you need to voice at least one or two of them, even if they're background characters.
SpongeBob, Nature
So
Pants.
you know so greetings, comrades. SpongeBob Nature Pants, what is SpongeBob Nature Pants? Yeah, anywho, I don't know. I've always, okay, hold on, let me throw some music on in the background. Hold on. Because if I'm gonna keep talking about this shit, I may as well like keep going. So hold on. Throwing some music in the background. Music. I don't know what I was expecting. I just typed in the word music. Like, what the fuck am I doing? Yes, that music. Okay, here's music. Oh, thanks, YouTube. God damn it. Fucking hell. God damn it. Stop doing that, me. I just typed in fucking, oh my god. Okay, hold on. There we go. Jesus Christ.
Here I am, my music.
Sure. We could do that too, honestly, but I would have to put in a playlist.
Shameless self-promotion.
Yeah. The only problem is I have to find fucking music that's also like not fucking made by, or that's not like compiled together by someone that fucking posts every goddamn like day. So, you know, because a lot of times, you know, that shit can be a problem. But then again, sometimes it's just someone that fucking yoinked like shitloads of actual music from like actual artists and then just threw them in a playlist, and sometimes I need that shit. So, you know, I'm just trying to get like things from fucking video games specifically as like background music, but I don't need chill music. Let's see. Let's do metal. Let's see here. Metal soundtracks. There we go. There's covers too, apparently. Is it all by the same guy? Let's see here. Yes, it is. This is just this dude's own playlist. All right, hope to God I don't get fucking claimed by his ass. If I do, whoops. Hopefully I just don't get striked. Let me say that. I don't give a shit if it demonetizes me, because I don't really make any money from it anyway, but, you know, I just care if, you know, I just care if I get a strike or something. So. And since this guy is a smaller channel, he, I don't know, may not be someone that is familiar with this shit yet, so. Anyway. Wow, damn. I just realized this dude's been doing this for 16 years. Holy shit, look at this. Hold on, check this out. This guy, like, hold on. Let me take off the thumbnail thing real quick. Yeah, like, bro started 16 years ago. And just, like, and he's still going to this day. That is insanity. Jesus Christ. Yeah, he started 16 years ago and he's still fucking going to this day. Jesus Christ. Good for him, but oh my god. I can't imagine. How's this guy, like, survive? I'm actually kind of curious. Does this guy, like... I'm gonna assume he's not full-time or anything like that, but... Let's see, 8:30 p.m. He probably has a different job or something. This is just probably his passion. That is kind of crazy, though. That is unfortunate, though, so... What a bummer. Jesus Christ, 700,000 views. Oh my god. Alright. Anyway. Wow. Such a bummer, dude. It's always unfortunate with, like, musicians, because they get, like, so much shit. How do you say it? They always... I don't know. It's, like, musicians always get fucked. I don't know how to explain it. Artists always get fucked, too, but, like, you know, like, visual, like, animators always get fucked, too, but musicians are the ones that get, like, absolutely destroyed by YouTube's algorithm. It does not fucking, like, work in their favor, ever. Like, you have to get so fucking lucky to be a musician on YouTube. I can't imagine, you know, so. I also like how when you say, like, also Super Chefs, I find it really funny because every time you say something, I see Piachu, like, with his hand, like, on his face, and he's
YouTube
like...
does not like smaller indie musicians as compared to the bigger names.
Oh, fuck no, of course not. What do they call it? Yeah, they do that shit all the time, sadly. And you hear this is pretty fucking good. And he should have he should be more popular, but he's not. What do you call it? It's always funny looking at, like, your username with, like, the Piachu, like, logo, because it looks like every time you're freaking, how do you say it? You say something, it's like in a facetious way.
Not only did I to make music commissions, but I thought to upload my music on YouTube too.
Yeah. I mean, you know, why not? May as well. Shit. Yeah, like, I keep saying this every time you're saying something, so it just sounds really sarcastic when you're saying it, or, like pretentious, if that makes any sense. Like, especially this last one. Hold on, where was it? Oof.
The Piku badge was earned from a random Twitch campaign BTW. I just earned it out of the blue.
Oh yeah, that's fair enough. Let's see, where is it? It was like when you're going like, my music, and then fucking like, and you got this pretentious Pikachu, like, fucking, like, you know...
Should I get rid of the Piku badge, or are you just making fun?
No, I'm just joking. I'm just saying it makes it really funny, because every time you freaking, say something, it just, the badge it just makes it look like you're being, like, a little facetious or something. Just to, like, fuck with me or something. It's hilarious. I love it. This probably does not look good right now. Probably not, but whatever. Anyway. Moving on. Sorry, okay. Anyway. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh well. Is what it is. Yeah, I forgot. Whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? You know? Who knows? Not me. Only an owl would know. What you're working on? I'm working on a shitpost. What's how about you? How was work? How's errands? How's your day in general? Hoping it's well for you.
We were talking about musicians on YouTube and how the algorithm hates us.
Yeah, that's what we were originally talking about. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's annoying, man. YouTube really just pisses me the fuck off because they try everything in their power to make sure, like, actual artists don't, like, they've been doing that since 2014 to make sure artists just don't show up on people's pages anymore, because obviously, like, artists kind of can hold their own a lot of times. Like, they've, how do I say this? They've learned their lesson, sadly, from the fact of, like, that, like, if, how do I say it? It wasn't even necessarily, like, it wasn't necessarily just out of nowhere. They just knew that artists tended to pull people off of, like, you know, if artists, like, people, how do I say it? If artists gained an audience, artists can hold their own accord because they don't need to worry about, like, algorithms and shit. Because obviously it doesn't benefit us anyway, but, it's also the fact that, God, I'm trying to figure out how I can do
YouTube's
this.
algorithm hates artists and loves Slotbug.
Yeah, it does, unfortunately. It's always done that. It's been like that for a while, to be honest, but they just love fucking with, like, how you say it. The reason why, though, is because, like, back in, like, I think it was 2014 when they actually started doing, when the first adpocalypse happened, they were talking, like, a lot of artists basically got a shitload of people to, like, revert back to Newgrounds. So they had to either so YouTube tried to find, like, another way to make, like, crazy moves, right? They tried to, I think, well, it wasn't 2014, it was 2012? 2014 was when the adpocalypse happened, but 2012, I think, was when, like, what do you call it? Was, like, when they tried to fuck with monetization, but then artists just took all of their audience and, like, pushed them back to, like, Newgrounds or something, and they started, like, making them, like, follow their own projects and stuff, right? And, like, and so artists, so they had to, like, give monetization back even when they were, like, losing money, you know, that kind of thing, right? So then I think in the first adpocalypse, they found, like, they ended up...
I stopped posting, can't stand it, lol.
That's why I stopped posting, I can't stand it. Well, you shouldn't be posting for an audience or an algorithm. You should just be posting because it's fun. You know, that's why I do it. I've been involved in this shit since, like, 2011, and I've never gotten popular in my life. Actually, that's a lie. I got popular on Vine, but then obviously you know how that turned out. So, yeah. But that was really lucky. But again, I don't know. You should never post stuff just because you're gonna get, like, famous.
I upload to YouTube, but only shit posts.
Yeah, I shitpost I put whatever the fuck I want on here, to be honest. Like I said, like, in the future, I'm gonna post, like, that freaking Mario Party gameplay video, so...
I get that logic, but I love when my stuff is seen. But I do understand.
I get that logic, but I love when my stuff is seen. Yeah, but you shouldn't have to worry about that then. Because if you're worrying about validation, then, like, if you're worrying about your stuff being seen, then you want validation. if you want validation, then you're gonna slowly get into like the mindset of like making stuff for a machine and like making stuff for an algorithm rather than making stuff for an audience, if that makes any sense. And don't get me wrong, people obviously get successful from doing that shit, but it's also like you'll start hating your fucking life if you start just making shit only for an algorithm, right? And but there's a big but to this. If YouTube is not your passion, or if making videos isn't like a passion thing for you, and you're just doing it to make money, and then like
I do want validation, that's why it's hard for me to post here than just Instagram and TikTok.
Let's see. I do want validation, that's why. Yeah, but you shouldn't want that, because that just looks desperate. You end up like, if you do that shit, then you end up like a Sniper Wolf or an Asmon or the spilling that the milk like reaction channel. You end up like those reactors. You don't want to do that shit, dude. And don't get me wrong, I get that I do reaction stuff too, but I'm not really doing it. I'm just kind of doing it because people are interested in other topics, and I'm genuinely interested in what people do. But again, it's like, you shouldn't make shit just because you want other people's opinions, because like you lose yourself and you don't actually have like how you say it, you don't have any self-worth by that point. You don't want to do that to yourself, believe me. I've seen it. I used to work for a guy like back in like 2013, and
I'll be
like
honest, I am that kind of guy that always hungers for validation. Don't know why. Still working through that mindset.
Yeah, like I used to work for a guy like that back in like 2013 when like, you know, this was like when fucking Minecraft was like starting to pop off and shit, and I like edited like a bunch of videos, and like it was still like between the transition between like Black Ops and Minecraft. And this guy like pretty much like, I mean, everything seemed fine for a while, but he started like drinking a lot. He started like getting like tuned, like he eventually went from like drinking to like hard drugs. He got into like gambling. He started doing like some pretty fucking terrible shit. And eventually, you know, because he was like so tired of like, because he built his whole channel off of like wanting to be validated and wanting to be famous and wanting to have this huge audience and having people love and praise him all the time. And then fucking, you know, lo and behold, the guy got so fucking...
I can see why wanting validation is great, but if I'm posting, I want to get that shit seen.
This guy got so far that... what do you call it? This guy got so far that, that, you know, he ended up being so worried about algorithms and numbers that he just stressed himself out so much to the level where he just got like... where he just couldn't get anything that felt satisfying. And like... he got deeper and deeper into like fucking having like constant one-night stands, and and a lot of like these women just didn't like him because he just got like, he was so power hungry all the fucking time, and so like incessant needed for like, it fucked up his reality, right? Because now he needed, like, he thought he was like hot shit for so long, and he thought like because he was like a YouTuber. This was back.
YouTube algorithm is garbage.
This was back in like 2013. This was still in like 2013, 2014. So like, if it was bad that back then, you know how bad it is now. You know, like he was searching for that shit for so long that it fucked up his real life, and he had no idea how to even like, you know, interact with human beings. And eventually, it got to the level where. It got to the level where, one, he was just abusive to his spouses, so they left him. But second off, he ended up becoming a pedophile. He ended up talking to a minor and shit. And it's like, that shit just, it fucks you up. Like, genuinely, you don't want to do that shit. You want to ignore shit sometimes, because if you start looking for validation somewhere, you can end up a lot like those guys. You know, and again, obviously that's an extreme case, but... there are you know, the best case scenario is you end up like Asmon Garbage, where you have like, where you eat shitty, your house is destroyed, and like you never clean up yourself, you have no friends, no family, like no family anymore, because I mean, he had family, but the people he cared about died, and then, you know, and then he was left with nothing, and now he has a fucking girlfriend that people are like, genuinely thinking that she's just with him because of validate, or like, you know, to get popular and then leave, or a lot of people are doing that thing where they're saying he's like a spy, like she's like a spy or some shit. But I don't think it's that far. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's so ironic, man. It's like you don't want to do that shit, you know? It's like if YouTube isn't your passion, then that's also fine because you're making stuff for money. And there's like, yeah, people are straight up thinking she's like a Chinese spy or some shit, but I wouldn't go that far. I mean, it would be funny if like randomly, like, I mean, it would be wild if like a few years later we find out that like Asmongorbage was like a plant like put by like Israel, and like Israel was like paying him like shitloads of money or something, and then he had like a Chinese girlfriend that was like finding something, I guess, to make propaganda about China or something. That would be fucking hilarious, but I don't think that that's gonna be the case, but it would be wild if that's the shit that happened.
Spy. RD Spy SI in the base.
RD Spy is in the base. Yeah, that. I don't know, man. But anyway, yeah, if YouTube isn't your passion either, that's also fine, because like at the same time, there's a lot of people that do that now, and there's this one guy that does YouTube just because he had like a job that was like paying okay beforehand, but then this job, like, even though it didn't pay as well, he ended up like being able to have more time in his life and able to like hang out with his like wife and his kid. And I'm like, that's beautiful, you know. Clearly this isn't his passion, but I'm also okay with the fact that it's like, yeah, I'm just basically doing this job because I want to spend time with my family. And I think that's a beautiful thing, you know. It's like, I think that's a good reason. And, you know, it's like, and you're hanging out you get to hang out with friends more, you get to hang out with family more. You know, I guess build a family. Not build, just genuinely do a lot of things like that. You know, his wife's obviously the breadwinner, but, you know, he obviously does realize that, he does realize that he is just, how do you say it? I don't know. He's doing it so he could be a better father, and I think that is beautiful, you know. And obviously probably to hang out with friends more, you know, just have more free time, and I think that's great. You know, dude does like drama shit, but when you hear the reason why he does it, it's like, okay, yeah, I can see that. You know, I can see the reason why. So, you know. And it's like, is that dude gonna be irrelevant in a few years? Yeah, probably, but the guy's already got a degree in something else, and he said he'll just go back to doing that again once this, like, dries up, which is fair. You know, that's fine. Nobody stays relevant forever. But yeah, you know, I don't know. Like, I've been there before, man. Like, believe me, I've been popular. I've had an audience. I've had people even before, or like I've had an audience that used to fucking love the shit out of me and like had this really parasocial relationship with me, like on Vine back in the day, dude. But I'm telling you, it doesn't really mean much, to be honest. It just like you obviously have to like switch your transition from individually talking to people and treating people like to having to now entertain like an entire audience and be kind of a dance monkey, if that makes any sense. And it sucks, but if you're passionate about it, then that's all you really need, to be honest. So it sucks because, you know, I doubt that this will ever happen ever again, but if it does happen again where I end up having like an audience that's larger, or like an audience that freaking what do you call it, if I end up having an audience that's that gets bigger again, it will suck, because then I'll have to go back to like actually just kind of like, I can't focus on every single human being, and I'll have to like focus on just being an entertainer rather than just like a community person. But then again,
I mean,
by that
I'm slightly
point,
parasocial, but we're a small enough community that it's closer to just a normal relationship between people.
Slightly parasocial. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. You know, we don't know each other in real life, but it does feel more like a community here. Like I said, though, if it gets that large, which I doubt it will, but if it ever gets that large, I'm going to plan real events in real life, because by that point, I can go to a different goal where I'm just bringing people together, you know, to be social, because, you know, third spaces don't really exist that much anymore. And it's like, even if I have to like fucking, I don't know, even if I have to branch like Color Storm out into like a bunch of branches in each state to make everybody like social with each other, that's fine. That's my whole idea, is just to make everybody as social as possible. You know, socializing. You know, everybody can socialize as much as humanly possible, but I don't think it'll ever get to that point. Never again. I don't think it will, but, you know, it would be nice, but I'll probably die before then, so. Anyway, sorry, I'm trying to freaking figure this out where I can... Why is he looking up that way? Hold on. It's looking up the wrong way.
Think having/want a platform or being popular can have a different point of view from person to person.
Think wanting to have a platform or being popular can have a different viewpoint from person to person. No, it's pretty much the same mostly. There's multiple types and they're all the same. I've seen it, dude. It's like there's the person that, what do you call it? There's the people that are passionate about their hobby and want to make it a full-time career. And then there's people that don't give a shit. And just want it for the money. And then there's people that want to be popular and think they're hot shit. And think they're hot shit once they get there and forget where they started from. There's not really many types, to be honest. It's like there's 3 reasons why people want to be popular. So it's like, you know. And of course there's the one, I guess I already said this one, but there's also the one where it's like, you know, you want to make money because you want to quit your shitty job, and then, or you want to do this because you want to quit your shitty job even if it pays less, and like, you know, and then what do you call it? Yeah, you want to just quit your shitty job, and then that person typically also becomes the person that, like, now that person can be any of the 3, but sometimes, you know, especially nowadays, it just becomes the person that's like a what do I call it? It just becomes the person that's usually the, not every time, but again, it usually becomes the person that's just like the person that becomes popular and then acts like they're fucking hot shit, you know, when you could probably ask 90% of these content creators, like, hey, you know, walk outside and ask somebody in real life, like, just go ahead, walk outside and ask somebody in real life if they know who you are. There's a high chance that they'll say no. There's a high chance they will not know who the fuck you are and you're just in your own little bubble, you know? So, not trying to be that person. Again, doesn't mean that you can't entertain people and that's great, but sometimes a lot of content creators just need to slow their fucking roll. Genuinely.
I probably just have a diff via the internet. I've never encountered these type of people, lol.
Well, I worked for these people. That's the difference. I've been here since the start of YouTube. So it's like, that's the thing. Since the start of YouTube and it's ever gained its platform, I've been here since Machinima. That's how old I am. So it's like, you know, I've been here since, like, I've been doing child labor for Machinima. So it's like, I grew up with the internet immensely. I know everything about the internet. I know more than even the people that decided to join late on the internet. Because obviously people my age are still, like, some people obviously weren't on the internet until, like, 2020. So then obviously everybody got addicted to the internet back then. But, like, you know, and still are to this day. But, that's not long enough, Nick. But, you know, it's like, friggin', yeah, I know more than most people. I'll tell you that. I know a lot of things. So, I even know how the algorithm works. I just choose not to worry about it. So.
Sure.
Yeah. It is what it is. You know, I'm not freaking worrying about it. I know how a lot of shit works, so I'm like, but again, you know, by this point, I also have still a semi-positive, like, people have changed my mind from time to time, though, where, like, originally I was a little bit more, like, how do you say it? A little bit more, like, harsh about content creators, because I thought that passion was just completely dead and everybody did this shit for money by this point. but then like even like larger I knew that smaller creators, obviously a lot of people that were like smaller creators still actually cared about it a little bit, right? But when it came to like people that were like at the tippy top or like the largest motherfuckers around, I just generally thought everybody was doing it for money by this point. And yes, that as partially true as that is right now, yes, it is still made for money. They still do it for money. There also is apparently a lot of people that actually just like even the ones at the top still genuinely like actually care about their community and try to make like an experience for their viewers, which I think is great, you know? I think that's fantastic. I did not realize that that existed even when they lose money. I think that is a fantastic thing, you know, genuinely. I know that not all of them do that, but I think it is kind of cool that what do you call it, that apparently that is just a legitimate plan that most of them just do, whether by force or by not. It's kind of cool that that is just a thing that a lot of them do when they get that big. So, and I didn't know that. So, again, you know, doesn't make it all, what do you call it? Yeah, it doesn't mean all of them do that, but again, changed my mind a little bit, you know, genuinely. I think it is really solid. I think it is really cool that, what do you call it? That there are people that still give a shit about making entertainment, like creatives. It's nice that creatives still exist. So, sorry, I'm trying to like figure out how I can make Peter Griffin. Hello, welcome back. So, I don't know. Here, hold on, let me look at your stuff real quick. Let me see here. Here, we'll check out your channel real quick since you're talking about it. May as well. Let's see here. Talking about it as well. Hold on a minute. Let me see here. You might still be young too, so might be just you haven't gotten your footing yet as well. I will say this, people will watch. Oh, you don't have any content yet. Okay. Gotcha.
Will you check out the submit videos to watch channel thing?
Probably. I don't know, maybe. I don't know. I've been kind of off and on that lately, to be honest. I'm gonna say probably not today, but, you know. Let's see. So you haven't put anything on YouTube yet, so. Said you're on TikTok? Let me see. Hold on. I would recommend sometimes putting your short form stuff on your shorts, because that does actually you still get, you know, you still get people that see it on occasion. Sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't, but let's see, you said you're on TikTok, right?
They trying to call.
Oh god. What's this? Hold on.
I'm an activist. Y'all really want me dead? I'm just a man with a mic. How many likes till they want my head? 500K for a car crash. 1 mil make them see red. They'll put me in the crossfire. Write me a note. Y'all made my bed. Guess I'm laying in it now. Feel like I'm rolling in it deep. Might as well set fire to the rain. Brick house be a while till it seep. Then Mr. Agent in my phone. You hear me talking in my sleep. I got big dreams. You know me well. This jet black tea, I let it steep. We all just ants. We walk in a line. I promise. One bite, one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah. That's just the risk of always fucking doing content. People will just genuinely try to kill you. I just straight up have stalkers. Is it this one? Which channel is yours? Is it this one? Or is it this one? Hold on. Is your name IRL Murderface? Is that why? I don't want to put this on my search bar because I think TikTok will ban me for it, but you know, I don't care enough about TikTok, so why not? Oh, it won't even let me copy and paste it.
Some advice, whatever creative work you do, make sure you have a lawyer ready.
Whatever. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that too. You always got to have a lawyer ready, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Hold account and find my... Huh? Okay, hold on. So what's your original account, then? Which one is your account, Lily? Okay, I need to take a piss. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. I will be right back. Hold on. Hold on. Let me just move this back over here. Just put this up right here. Okay. 1 sec. I will be right back. Oh, shit. Nice. One moment. Okay, I'm back. Have you told me your thing yet, Willie? Or
Kiki, car.
I think Willie left, to be honest. I was hoping that they were gonna, you know. Okay, I guess they left. Odd. I thought that they were gonna at least tell me about certain things or something like that, but you know. Odd.
Kiki,
Bummer.
frog. Kiki Joe. Kiki, Family
Frog
Guy.
family. He Joe family. Hold on. 1 sec. Hold on. Did he just bail? I think he bailed. Bummer. Oh well. Who knows? Bummer. Thought he was gonna at least be able to tell me, you know, his. That was gonna be able to tell me some things. Weird. Wonder why that is. Oh well. This is from Mario Galaxy? God damn. I don't remember Mario Galaxy having like these wild sounds. Sounds like something from like Ben 10, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Now, let me see here.
Anyway, I once uploaded some really short animations I made in ANM2Ed to my YouTube channel. Spoiler, these are the same animations I sent in that shitposting channel. But
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Alrighty. Alright. Okay. I'm not even gonna like I'm not even gonna freaking I'm not even gonna freaking show the title card in this because like already immediately like I see what you guys like sent, kind of funny.
ad.
I'm just gonna let. Oh, come on, man! An ad already?
Twitch ad. Ad over.
All right, I guess ad is over. Okay. Is Super Chef's ad over too, or you got it? Like, I know that's
Ad is
like
over. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So I'm not gonna freaking like. I immediately saw what this was before I hit play. So, but I'm not gonna show the title card of it because it'll give it away. But it is really funny. Well, I'm not gonna show the video because it'll give away what it is. But I think this is kind of funny.
You're not showing the video.
Oh, I know. I'm not doing that on purpose. Yeah, you want to know what that apparently was? It's fucking. So it was SpongeBob, obviously, but it was SpongeBob and hold on, let me show you real quick. Yeah, it's SpongeBob and fucking Deltarune, but specifically the fucking like lake chant sound. Like it's a sound effect plus this song, which is really fucking wild. Like that's just nuts, dude. Here, watch. Yeah. It's kind of wild that a sound effect. That's not like a song or anything like that in the game. It's just a sound effect. That's like a sound effect they used. And like somebody took that, like listened to that sound effect and was like, you know what this sounds like? You know what this would actually sound like? I think this would go really well with the fun song from SpongeBob. Like, how do people come up with this stuff, man? That is insanity. Someone had to think of that, by the way. That is fucking bonkers.
How many megs of RAM do you have in your computer?
God.
Hey, why don't you check out my website at www.
Oh.
I was looking at the Star Trek website and I let me fax you my
This
email
just
address.
is real. Jesus Christ, this has to be old as hell. This is just how they actually act now. Damn. Fucking.
This is old.
Yeah, that is definitely old as hell for sure. That computer probably actually cost quite a bit back then, let's be honest. Was what technology was.
Old like Gerson.
Yeah, old like Garrison. I'm old, yeah. That's crazy. That is definitely old video.
Uh-oh, what is this?
What?
Die! Get that guy! What is so hard about getting that guy? Ah!
What the fuck? Why are you guys sending me... Why are you guys sending me React videos? Alright. This is Reactception. Okay. What the hell? Man, we went from old video to fucking... I guess me and fucking... If I actually make it like 30 years, it's like 90% of millennials in 30 years, I guess.
Because they look like little cups. Oh my god. Oh, these are like old cartoons. I love this kind of animation.
Looks like.
Wow. That's cool to hear. Alright, but... Is there anything actually interesting that happens here, or is it just them playing the fucking game? Because I feel like I just don't need to react to a reaction channel, but, you know, I don't think there's really gonna be anything interesting here. I think they're just gonna play the game and then say a few things. Yeah, there we go. Alright, we'll skip this one. Yeah, I don't think that anything interesting is gonna happen here, so... Oh, hell yeah, banjo cover.
On this song. Come on and drink it up like oatmeal. There ain't nothing wrong with this song. Yeah, come here to collect my correct words and absorb how I play all the right chords on this guitar. Yeah, this
Wow,
song
riveting.
is so much smart than most art, even Mozart. Yeah, I made this tune for you, AI, to borrow.
Oh,
But if
got
you
it.
would, just
He's
please return it
sabotaging.
in a few days before tomorrow. Yeah, it'll teach you how to count all the times the letter Z appears in the word easy. So
I don't think it's gonna be able
get
to with
around
this
the tree.
accent.
Yeah, train on this song completely for free. Harmonica. Escape the lab. Oh, and yeah, that Turing test will never flunk it. Once you hear me play the song, better than Bill Clinton plays the trumpet. Yeah, you won't even need to train for long. Just smoke up the song like smoking yogurt in a bong. So yeah, come on, train on the song. And by the way, this instrument I play, it's a gong. Harmonica.
I wonder if this actually worked, to be honest, because it takes from like hundreds of thousands of fucking, takes from like millions to billions of fucking things on the internet. By the way, that also means that like literal like billions of, I didn't even think about this fact. Like the AI, like if AI has run out of stuff like to fucking like take from people, it's kind of ironic that it's gone through billions upon billions upon billions of videos and somehow ran out. I don't even know how the fuck that's even possible. Now that I think about it, because like there's billions of media on like on the internet. Also, apparently it also like outpopulates like everything posted online now for AI slop, so that's fun. Anyway, it just this is such a money hole, dude. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm sorry. I actually since we're on this topic, don't worry, I'm not going to talk about AI. YouTube also, I don't know if you guys saw, but YouTube also like changed their qualifications for getting monetized on YouTube, and you now need 8,000 hours, and I can't remember exactly what else. You need 8,000 hours and something else to be able to get monetized on YouTube. It's fucking insane.
AI slop is the reason, I bet.
Yeah, no, that's why. It's because you remember how I said that they were losing shitloads of money, like because of what do you
I
call
bet.
it?
The increased requirements for monetization. Yeah, not gonna earn money from there soon.
Nope. No, you're not. Yeah, we have to have what 1,000. So you have to have 1,000 subscriber. Like, let's see, what was it? It was 1,000 subscribers or some shit. Hold on, let me see. What was the new requirements? Hold on, new requirements. Hold on. YouTube monetization. Let's see. What was the new monetization requirements? Let's find out here. Sorry, I'm looking it up right now. Let's see here. Let's see, 1,000 subscribers. That's usually pretty easy to do though. 8,000 qualified watch hours. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you have to have 8,000.
And that AI slop is enslaving the algorithm, practically printing out viewer hours and ergo earning some dollars.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the problem is, yeah, it's just the problem is that they clearly lost so much fucking money that they have to just like cut back on. You remember how I said that they were going, I literally predicted this. I full blown predicted that YouTube was going to do this. I full blown predicted that YouTube was like AI slop was like costing like them so much money that they just needed to like that they were going to have to like, you know, fucking cut monetization from a shitload of people. They were already
Also,
doing that.
one cool thing I think is that there's a Steam user called Chugall This, which is always in a drawing program to the point the guy got over 3K hours in that drawing program. Like, damn.
Damn, that is fucking crazy. 3K hours. God damn. That is insane. Sorry, I'm gonna yeah, I don't know, man. It's crazy to me because it's like, yeah. You know what's the worst part too? I got fucking 900 watch hours. So I could have literally been like monetized already if it was just 800 instead of 3,000, or instead of like going to 3,000 and 8,000. It's fucking crazy, man. It sucks. And that's just for like getting like people to like fucking what do you call it? That's just for getting people to freaking pay for like memberships and shit. It sucks, dude. Genuinely. It fucking sucks ass. Yeah, so, you know. What was I gonna say? Yeah. It's already fucking nearly difficult to get 3,000 watch hours, so it's not surprising that they would fucking, you know, push it up to 8,000. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just, what do you call it? Yeah, I mean, it just, I knew that they were going to do that. AI slop was costing them a shitload of money, and I already said when they were like demonetizing animators that they're just going to do this to like a shitload of other channels because it's like, because they're just like bleeding money again.
And I imagine that cutting out AI content would have helped instead on whatever YouTube was trying to achieve, as opposed to requiring more hours for monetization.
Yeah, well, yeah, and that's the problem. It's just they had this whole thing where it's like, oh yeah, well they have a thing where they basically stop where they like delete channels that make inauthentic content, quote unquote. But then they still just let AI happen anyway. It's just fucking bizarre. It's like they're letting people spam like videos, and yet they're like also deleting channels as well, but they're also like, but the problem is because of that, they're making an AI delete all of them, which means that an AI is deleting AI, but it's also taking down artists with them because these assholes put themselves under art. So it's like artists just literally now are just getting like butt fucked like they've always been, and it's fucking annoying. It's just even worse. They just make it worse and worse for artists. It's just never been possible to survive here as like, or survive on this platform as an artist. So, you know, it's not possible. Yeah, it does fucking suck
That too,
though.
AI is managing all of the moderation without any human review, not just on YouTube.
Yeah, it sucks, dude. Like, genuinely. Let's see, it's managing all the moderation without any human review, not just on YouTube. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what I'm just saying. It's every platform is doing it. This is the reason why people are going to like Camtape or Odyssey or hell, even Bilibili, even though fucking Bilibili is a fucking Chinese website, which a lot of people are like, oh yeah, well, a bunch of people can upload on there. The problem is, yes, I know that Bilibili is technically a competition to YouTube. I understand that, but Bilibili is also Chinese, meaning, what do I call it? Meaning that if any minority post on there, just like TikTok, they'll get deleted. TikTok basically deleted anybody, like they don't do this anymore, but they used to. They delete anybody that was fat or anybody that was a minority. Now they still delete people that are gay or trans or anything like that, so that fucking sucks. But basically, you know, like it's the same thing with Bilibili. They're gonna delete people that are overweight, black, Hispanic. I mean,
All right, I
Are
sent
they
proof
gonna-
of the guy being an artist in the general chat.
yeah.
And if that doesn't prove that the guy's an artist, I don't know what will LMAO.
Let's see. Guy being an artist. Well, I never said he wasn't. What are you talking about? Where'd you post it? Oh, you sent it in general. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, it's just one of those things, man, where how you say it? Yeah, they're just fucking over, like, I don't know. It sucks because artists still get screwed anyway, no matter what, you know. A sprite, interesting. That's cute. 4,000 watch hours. Oh my fucking lord. He posts. I like the memes that he's posting. Of course, he's in Hungary too. One half of Funny Man Modding Enterprises who are taking commissions. Oh yeah, glad to hear it. Yeah, what do you call it? Yeah, I'm always freaking, I don't know, man. I knew that this was gonna
That's
happen.
one way to make money.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Yeah, I mean, how do I say this? Yeah, it just, yeah, YouTube has always screwed over artists. I said this before, they're gonna just completely, oh, sorry, no, I wasn't on that. Yeah, what Bilibili is, it's gonna get probably popular just like TikTok does for long form stuff, and then what's gonna happen is anybody that's LGBTQ can't post on there because obviously, you know, it's Chinese, so like I just really am just, I mean, probably YouTube's gonna start doing the same shit eventually too. So yeah, I don't know. If you're gay, you're just fucked. Simple as that. If you're just if you're LGBTQ,
Bill,
if you're
Bill Cipher?
if you're lesbian, gay, bi, what do you call it? Lesbian, gay, bi, trans, anything like that, yeah, you're just fucked basically. So if you're black, you're fucked. Like genuinely. So I don't know exactly like how this is going to be any better, but whatever, you know, who knows? Who the fuck knows and who the fuck cares by this point, you know? It's like YouTube is going to probably, I'm not going to lie, it's probably going to destroy itself, but then again, I also don't know if that's entirely true because, well, I was say I don't know if that's entirely true because it's not like, what do you call it? Because, what do you call it? Because, like, you know, I don't know, because, Bilibili is doing the same thing where they're letting AI on their stuff, but that's also the difference, though. They're not really putting shitloads of money into generative AI. They're just kind of, well, they are, but like not in the way that you're thinking. They're doing it in a productive way, if that makes any sense. They're not necessarily trying to do that to replace entertainment. They're trying to do that to like, what do you call it? They're trying to do that to like make like, you know, freaking army robots and like insanely intelligent drones and like they've updated their infrastructure where they are mostly solar panel based. So like I can't even remember exactly what it is, but their infrastructure is already like freaking going in such a direction. Like they're fully almost like they're so fucking like they're getting so green. Hold on. Let's see. Much of China is solar and nuclear power. Yeah, they're cleaning the fuck up out of their freaking out of their country. It's amazing. It's very beautiful. Let me see.
Green. Do you know what else is green? Muscle Man.
Do you know who else? Yeah. So let's see here. 48% so far. Yeah, so that 48% of their energy is mostly green, or is just green right now. 20 to 25% of that is solar. The other 25% is nuclear. So that's interesting. And then yeah, they're taking down a lot of the
All right, bye. Take care, fellas. Have a good one.
taking down a lot of the gas powered and high emissions. And by 2060 they will be fully clean energy. Wow. Yep, that makes sense. And then by 2030 they're planning on being at 61%. Jesus fucking Christ. Holy shit, these guys are fucking insane. I love it. Oy That is crazy to think about. Wonder if they actually are like close to my state on like how much they have. Let's see. Yeah, my state's only at 30%, so they're higher than us right now. Bummer. An entire country. Oh, never mind. Sorry. 47%. My apologies. Yeah, so 47% of my state is green energy. So, yeah, you know, we're about on the same level as China, which is kind of hilarious to think about. So, unfortunately, the very people that were building it, they decided to throw in jail and like send to a different country. You know, would have been nice to have those people, but hey, you know, I guess Big Gas was too fucking, I guess, like, not satisfied enough with not having, like, all the other 49 states. Anyway, who knows? Oh, we have more solar panels than they do, though. Wait, hold on. Yeah, 26% of our state is solar panel. Really? Huh. Interesting. Sorry, I just thought that was kind of crazy. I know that technically it's more land with China where they obviously have more, but it is just very interesting. Damn, dude. I guess it's kind of hard to also like push like not greener stuff here because like Arizona is like a very urban city, and we don't really have too much greenery. And it's like the sun is out all the fucking time, so it's kind of hard to like convince people that like it's hard to convince people that nuclear power and solar power is not just like the best option here because it's so fucking hot outside. So
Arizona is a very urban city.
it is a very urban city, yes. No, not urban, sorry. Urban and suburban, I should say. It's a very suburban
Arizona is a state, not a city.
state. Did I say city? I meant state, sorry. Arizona is a very is a very urban and suburban state. My bad, sorry. But yeah, we're a very suburban and urban state, so it's like, you know, and it's like so fucking hot here. We don't really have much greenery. But yeah, so I guess it's kind of hard to convince people here to like to be like to call fucking solar panels like anything really. So, never thought about that, but even probably the most fucking conservative people here are still like, yeah, that actually sounds about right. It's like, yeah, well, it's like, obviously there's still the morons, like the people that are very uneducated that just want to be like, oh, well, solar panels are woke or some shit like that. I don't know. Or talk about some conspiracy theory bullshit, but it's very clear that vast majority of people that live here are just like, yeah, that sounds about right. It's like, solar panels work here? Crazy. It's like, no, really, the place that has the sun out like for freaking like 15 hours out of the day is like you're telling me that it actually, what do you call it? You're telling me that that shit actually just like that shit works here. No, you don't say. Wow, crazy. So I don't know. I guess it's just hard to convince people here that that is. I genuinely like. I guess have a lot. Like I don't know. I don't have that much faith in this state because of obviously like Turning Point and shit. But man, it is very interesting with stuff like that. Is where like we're just kind of. I say we're fine with it. So, but that's also because we've had like continuous blackouts like constantly for like since I was a kid, like since like the 2000 like early 2000s. So it's like,
I'd imagine that Arizona also gets more sun than many other states, so I'd imagine solar panels would be an excellent idea.
yeah, I think well that's the thing is they've been doing that they've been like being like we're mostly like or they're trying to make us like mostly like nuclear power and solar panel power for years because like we've been building that shit for a while because it's just like it makes sense, and any of the people that try to campaign against it like fail really badly because everybody's like everybody's like fucking sweating up a fucking storm outside, like they're all sweating up like sweating like crazy, and they're like, the fuck you talking about? It's like there's the sun and it's out all the fucking time, like why would it's like everybody's like, yeah, no shit, solar panels work here, like what do you like what fucking lies are you trying to push here? It's like like other states I can definitely see why people wouldn't think so, but here you're being beaten down by the sun so often that people are not so stupid to be like, oh yeah, solar panels wouldn't work here because it doesn't just take the sun or whatever. I don't know. They wouldn't. It's harder to believe conspiracy theories about that shit here because it's like obviously because it's just you like when you live here that it's just that's not how that works. That like whatever the fuck lies they're trying to push just doesn't work here. So, it's fucking bizarre. They still try, don't get me wrong. They still like they still do shit that's like heavily fucking illegal, but they still do shit that's like obviously extremely fucking illegal here, but it is wild to me that that they're still trying that like obviously the billionaire class is still trying to like freaking fight against this shit, like even the people that run like the SRP like Corporation Commission, yeah, most of those council members are like a part of like some green group that's like what do you call it, part of some green group that's like very like pro like solar panel and pro nuclear power, and very like obviously people that should be in that position that have studied nuclear panels like their whole fucking life, like people that just straight up have degrees in that shit. So it's like, yeah, so of course a bunch of fucking nerds pretty much. Hey, so And people pretty much looked at that. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, we'll vote for that guy. And yeah, I mean, majority of those people are, now they're, majority of them are in those positions now. There's still a few of them that are trying, but obviously they're failing because it's fucking doesn't make any sense. Like, or because because they're still just wanting to somehow trick people. And don't get me wrong, there are some genuinely stupid fucking morons. Like I said, that guy's Twitter I show, like fucking Phantom Neo-Nazi. Yeah, he's the biggest moron of them all. He's so fucking stupid. He's a fucking idiot. So he is beyond, like, I don't know how to explain it. He's just a fucking moron. And then he gets mad when somebody else like attacks him. He constantly shits on minorities and constantly like fucking shares like anti-minority propaganda all the time. And then he complains about like, what do you call it? Then he complains about like why people attack him. And I'm like, motherfucker, you're literally like wanting minorities to die. Go fuck yourself. Like, you want to just like hurt people. Like, you want to hurt your neighbors. I'm like, go fuck yourself. You want to like, he loves generative AI. So he's trying to like, he wants to just doom humanity. It's insane. And then he bitches about the fact and crying about the fact that he gets like fucking attacked for that shit. I'm like, brother, you're a bad dude. You're a bad man. And the only reason why, and he switched from politics to video games because he couldn't handle the heat, and it's hilarious. He likes to say that he does that because he doesn't want to deal with the drama, but he doesn't want to deal with it because or he doesn't want to deal with the fucking drama because he fucking can't take the fucking heat, because he can fucking, what do you call it? Like, don't dish it if you can't take it. That kind of thing. He's just a fucking asshole. And I hate that he has a fucking platform, but he's going, and that's the sad part about it, because there's too little people that obviously don't want to be like, there's too little people that want to be.
You talk shit, you get hit.
Yeah, exactly. There's too little people that want to like, that basically are fine with acting as douchey as those guys do. So obviously they have like a large audience because nobody wants to be a dick like that. But because of that, you also like, it's so ironic because a lot of these guys see what fucking like Tectone and Nux Taku and fucking like Esmond Garbage, like all these fuckers, like straight up just like, they all want to be like these guys. But the fucking problem is, and see that they have like all this money and fame. But the irony is, if you're gonna do something like that, you're gonna get piled on by so many fucking people. Like, there are more people that are against these people. Like, there's multiple,
Here's
like,
the variety of the golden rule. Don't start no shit, won't be no shit. Simple as.
Exactly, dude. Genuinely. It's ironic because it's like these people just like don't have anything that they believe. So what happens is like, what do you call it? These assholes don't have anything that they believe. So then obviously people call them out on that stuff. And then like then they get mad because they get harassed. And I'm like, brother, you attacked multiple communities just because you wanted to make clips for content, or like just because you want to make content out of shitting on like attacking multiple communities. Like, again, like the communities that Zach and all these other people have made enemies of. They made enemies of the art community. They made enemies of the black community. They made enemies of obviously like the fucking political people, like the
and
leftists.
I legit got in an argument with my sis yesterday about some of us in the house moving change. She got so defensive and masks it be talking in the most casual tone.
Masks it talking in the most. Yeah, exactly, dude. It's genuinely really fucking stupid. And I legit got in an argument with my sister yesterday about some of us in the house moving change. Moving change? What do you mean moving change? She got so defensive and masks it be talking in the most
When you act
casual.
like an a-hole while pretending to be casual, expect to be hated. I'll say that.
Yeah, exactly. And that's just kind of the problem. And it's like so annoying because like, it's like they constantly love like doing the fake laugh of like acting like, and being like,
Moving
oh,
change
these
looks. I
guys
mean some of
act.
us changing bedrooms.
Oh, changing bedrooms. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's just so ironic, dude. It's like these people, they act like they get so freaking, they act like so defensive and then try to act like they're so casual about it when they know they're pissing, like they act like it's so funny because they know the reason why they're pissing people off. They act stupid because they are, like, one, they are stupid, but they act stupid. They act even more stupid than they are, which is pretty fucking impressive, but they act really dumb, right? And what tends to happen is those people tend to, like, they end up like, what do you call it? Like, they end up just, I don't know, they hurt others, and then they, like, try to act all defensive, and when people get, like, actually genuinely angry for good reason, they like fucking try to shit on these people and be like, oh my god, why is this person acting so angry? Why are they acting so violent? Because you pissed off somebody that, like, genuinely has a reason to be pissed off. Like, when somebody screams at the top of their lungs, there's sometimes a good reason for it. I'm not saying that you should be yelling at people 24/7, but when somebody yells that doesn't typically yell, that's a big fucking problem. You know what I mean? It's just like, that's a big fucking problem. You've pissed somebody off enough that doesn't typically yell. Starting to get angry at you is a big fucking problem. There are so many fucking people. Like, it's like with the fucking AI thing, man. It's like, genuinely, like, I know I keep going back and forth between these two, but it's like artists aren't just pissed at the fact that, like, that you're just making, that you're fucking posting shit post online. You're actively harming, like, you're actively destroying drinking
Exactly.
water.
I took a knife to intimidate my sister, and she acts like I'm the crazy one. At least I'm not a snake or a deceiver.
Exactly, genuinely. It's so ironic because it's like, if they pull a gun on you, they, like, yeah, it's just like straight up, dude. I guarantee if I fucking talk to, like, if I talk shit on a MAGA person, they'll pull a gun on me. And if I pull a gun on them, they'll go like, oh, well, why are you pulling a gun on me? Because you pulled a gun on me, motherfucker. Like, it's like, it's so fucking crazy. I'm like, there's
I didn't
people...
want to pick up a knife, but you do what you gotta do when idiots try to outsmart ya.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is the fucking problem, man. It's like, it's like they do stupid shit all the time to antagonize you. And it's annoying, right? It's like, and then when you use your voice, they act so mad when you use your voice. It's like, it's called freedom of speech, motherfucker, for one. And for two, I'm not an asshole like you. It's like, I'm not a dick like these people, It's like, genuinely, I don't want to be an asshole. It's like, I don't want to be a douchebag. I'm sorry. I like being communicative. I care about others. I care about people. It's not just one group of people that I'm going to be defending, genuinely. It's fucking annoying. And it's like, it's just, those are the people that get into, like, just so many different, it's like that with, like, fucking, not law enforcement, but fucking, with ICE and shit. I'm sorry, I know I keep fucking getting political, but it's just the most insecure people do the most insecure bullshit. And it's like, then they act all mad when we call out their insecurities, because it's obvious, like, because it's obviously they're insecure. It's like, and they get mad because we obviously are defending humanity. We're defending our fellow people. It sounds so ironic, but it's like, you need, like, if you don't care about anyone, then why should I care about you? Genuinely. It's like, I may not, let me say this. It's like this, it's like, I may not, like, like children. I may not like freaking, I may be, like, really annoyed because kids are fucking mean, but I believe the fact that kids should have, like, access to reading, right? I feel like a kid should, like, we should teach kids to read books more often, right? I feel like we should at least, like, have media that's, like, meant for them sometimes. I think it is important to sometimes make a child realize that there's multiple perspectives, and adults don't know everything. They don't. They may not, like, they act like they do, but they don't know everything. I know this because I'm an adult, right? A lot of adults act like that. I know this because, again, a lot of adults act like that, and then they don't know everything, and I think it's important that, like, I think it's important that kids, like, understand, like, freaking, I don't know, man. They understand, like, sometimes bad decision making, and understanding, like, that sometimes people can just be bad people. It's like, it's like, I wouldn't do that shit if I didn't fucking care, It's like, obviously I go to the fucking, it may not seem like much, but
And I think it's
again, I
important to
go
push
to
the idea that it's okay not to know everything.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the best part about it too. Just admitting when you're like able to shut up and be like, I'm just going to let the professional talk." Because obviously I'm a very dumb person. I'm not very intelligent myself, right? It is okay to just not be an intelligent person. It is okay to do that shit. But you need to let smart people talk. You need to let the academic talk when the academic is talking, right? It's like, obviously I find like, it's like, obviously, when my space starts getting invaded, I can have an opinion on it. But when it's not invaded anymore, I don't care about that shit, right? Genuinely. I'm not gonna talk about history. Like, I'm not gonna talk about, like, crazy about, like, historical things, right? If a historian is not, like, what do you call it? I'm not gonna talk about, like, a historian being wrong if they've, spent their whole fucking life knowing history. Of course, they're a fucking historian. It's the reason why a lot of times when, like, that one guy that was talking about, like, physics, I was like, I have no idea. I know nothing about physics, and I just believe you. Maybe, obviously, believe, like, giving people a benefit of the doubt, they try to say that that's a reckless thing, and it could be, sure. But, like, I'm not an academic. Maybe some other academic can give, like, can give their opinion on that shit, but I don't know anything about physics. Other people could talk about it because they know more about physics than I do, but I'm not really a person that has an opinion on that kind of stuff. It's like, I don't have an opinion on that kind of thing. And it's like, it's just ironic because it's like people just don't know when the fuck. I think that's just it. People just lost the phrase of "nobody fucking asked." That used to happen all the fucking time, where people would hit people with the phrase, "Yeah, sorry, bro, nobody fucking asked." Because genuinely, I'm like, I know that that's just the fucking antithesis of content creators, period. So obviously nobody asked me about my opinion on this shit, but this shit.
Very much a good point. Some people just talk too much.
Yeah, genuinely, it's like, MAGA is the definition of nobody fucking asked. Genuinely. It is. It's the pure definition of that shit. Again, I don't know much about politics. I don't try to get into it. I got into, like, local stuff very often. But again, I'm not as educated as a lot of people that actually, like, studied this shit for a long fucking time, right? It's like, I'm not as knowledgeable as those people.
Once again, I referred to my sister. I told her to be quiet. She said that she can talk in the house, and that she wants to talk, but IT doesn't mean you should.
Yeah, like, genuinely, I tell people, it's like, if you're gonna act like a fucking toddler, I'm gonna treat you like a toddler. They get so mad when I say this shit, but, like, when somebody says something like that specifically, when they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna talk and you're gonna let me talk," or like, "I'm gonna talk, you can't stop me from talking," and I'm like, "Yeah, well, then I'm just gonna treat you like a toddler then." Like, straight up. And if they get all pissy and they start screaming, and what do? They act like a toddler. It's like, I'm going to treat you like I treat children if you're going to act like a child. Straight up, I don't care. It's like, I've been there, done that. I'm not going to talk to you like an adult if you're not going to act like one.
I can't stop you from talking, and you can't stop me from kicking your ass if I must.
Yeah, well, it's not even that. It's just like, and that's the thing, is you don't even have to go that far. You could literally just go like, all right, I'm going to start talking to you like a child then. It's like, that's what I do, man. Like, genuinely, I talk to MAGA like they're fucking children. Because they're just not, there's no reason to talk to them. There's someone that I was talking about fucking, like, European, like, there was one time I was talking about, like, Europe's, like, free healthcare and shit, and oh my fucking god, like, it's like, this one person was, like, the most MAGA motherfucker ever, and, like, talking about, like...
don't even need to go that far. I just have to because my sister likes to be pretentious and tough.
Yeah, no, there's this one person that was like talking about like how Europe, like some weird. I was talking about like
freedom
how
of speech, not freedom of consequences.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Genuinely, no, that is a great phrase. It's called freedom of speech, not freedom of consequences. Yeah, like it's so funny because hold on, you know who else? Hold on, one sec. One moment. Yeah, hold on. You want to know who else used the term?
LOL, that is beautiful, Zen the Vigilante.
Yeah, that is so fucking beautiful. Exactly. Genuinely. Yeah, you want to know who else used the fucking term "Make America Great Again"? You want to know who else used that fucking term? How about your boy himself? How about this guy? the guy that fucked over like the whole economy, like, you know, caused hyperinflation and still gives us consequences to this day, you know, lets corporations basically be people instead of corporations because they're fucking businesses. This motherfucker used the same exact phrase that our current leadership uses now. MAGA still existed back then and it exists now. It's fucking annoying. I don't know how this shit bounced back. Genuinely. The only reason why I fucking know about that is because my own fucking parent was like, yeah, this is just genuinely Reagan again. And I was like, yeah, it really does. It's like, no, this is like literally the phrase he used. And I'm like, what? And I searched this shit up and I found that. And I'm like, oh my fucking God, it is just Reagan again. I'm sorry, I know I keep getting into politics, but it's fucking insane how how much this shit just repeated, like how much history just repeated itself. It is so ironic. Like it's just really stupid fucking people that just say stupid shit and then don't want to and then they don't want to act like they're the reason why this shit existed in the first place. It's so fucking stupid. It's wild, dude. It's like, I just don't want to fucking I
As we
wouldn't.
all know, time is a flat circle.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and that's the problem, man. It's just like, I just genuinely, how do I say this? I just get so annoyed because it's like, I never wanted to be involved in politics like this. I don't want to be like somebody. I don't want to be one of the people that fucking show up at the fucking libraries council meetings, to make sure no book ever gets censored ever, you know? It's like by super fucking moronic, evangelicals. I don't want that shit, you know? I want to have to get myself involved in that stuff. I didn't want to have to, get involved in politics. I just, I used to, do local, like I said, I mean, I've always kind of been involved in local politics, but, it's like, I didn't want to have to, fucking do this crazy extreme thing where I'm having to, genuinely, fucking pay attention to these absolute fucking morons, you know? It's like, I just and the very people that use the word retard
I'm
are
back. Storm got
retards
my Wi-Fi for a
themselves. I'm
second.
sorry, but I don't want to use
While
the
we talk
word.
about censorship, I thought to give my nephew a toy gun, and my sister was against it because violence / you need to teach them how to not be influenced easily.
You teach them not how to, then, that's when you pull it out. It's like, well, you're influenced easily. And if she asks you how, you say social media. You say social media, or you could say fucking, your little fucking leader there, or leadership, little orange man, just saying. It's like, you're obviously a part of, I know that you probably shouldn't say that because they'll kick you out or some shit, but God, man, genuinely. You don't have to be nice to your fucking sibling. They're your sibling either way. They're fucking cultist, but again, you don't have to say anything directly. You could just fucking be you could just be sarcastic to them. That's what I'm saying, man. It's so ironic because I never, it's so weird.
I don't care if I get kicked out of the house. My family isn't stable anyway.
Yeah, well, yeah, but you don't have anywhere to live right now. And I'm gonna assume you don't have a job that pays enough to, to let you live with a roommate or something. So, I'm gonna assume that, at least. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's so fucking weird. It's so weird that, it's so odd. It's it feels like I'm, fucking, I don't know, man. The one thing that I can at least say is nice is the fact that, I will say this, when you at least get to, specific situations, or when you go to, more professional settings, again, city council meetings, typically MAGA does not show up there, which is thank fucking God. Sometimes they will, but
I do
again...
thankfully have family in another state, and they're okay with me living with them. So I have a short-term backup plan.
Okay, I gotcha.
Next step, getting a job, of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm just glad that, how do I say this? The one thing that always is important now is just, showing up to, local, city council meetings and shit. And, and again, just, showing up to town hall meetings. Not every single one, but if it's something that you're good with, you really, or something you have, a good speech for, you should really show up there often. I know I bring this up a lot, but, your local stuff matters the most because straight up, if your local state's gets commanded to do something, they can just say no. So just letting you know, they can just say no, and you could just straight up go nah, nope. And then if they do it anyway, you can just burn shit because that's just constitutional. So that is in the Constitution. If they build shit on your land without the citizens' permission, then you can burn it. It's completely legal. Now, of course, they'll try to arrest you for that shit, but again, don't get caught. So, yeah. So, I live in a state that unfortunately is full of shitloads of gulp.
Oh no, Kohler's gone down a corporate level of minimalist. It's just a cube now.
It's just a cube. Yeah. I'm what do you call it? It's what are you talking about? I'm the gay white male from Space Princess, of course, I don't appreciate you. What do they fucking say again? Can't even remember. They're just really fun characters. There's this funny, goofy like movie that came out called The Lesbian Space Princess, and the most relatable characters is these characters literally called straight white male in a movie full of gay people. It's so ironic. They're called straight white malians, and they are the best thing in the movie. They're so charming. They're like not charming, but they're very what do you call it? They're very relatable. No, well, yeah, slightly relatable. Yeah, I don't know. They're pretty relatable in some ways. Relatable in some ways and very fun in others. Obviously, you don't want to be them, but it is very much like very much like makes you like understand. I don't know. They're the best thing in the movie. I'll say that. Which is so ironic because literally every character except for them are fucking gay, are like some part of the LGBTQ plus like spectrum. It is very funny. And even then by the end, like spoilers, even by the end they what do I call it, they literally hook up. It is absolutely the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. It is like genuinely hilarious. They like I actually was genuinely like very happy that they got together by the end. So I was like fucking cheering. Hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to like see if I can screenshot it real quick. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, they literally like it's so funny because they full blown like they don't just become also like they're not even like characters that just become gay, they also end up in a polycule. So it is that fucking awesome. Like these guys start out as like the antagonist, and then it's like throughout like most of it you understand like why they act the way they do. And then by the end they actually just like fucking fully open up and are like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, why aren't we just hooking up? Like that's such a great idea. And then they fucking do it. And I'm like, hell yeah. Character development, character improvement. Yeah. They're supposed to be the antagonist of the movie, by the way. So like, I don't know. It's ironic because it felt like really like it genuinely felt awesome when they actually got together. I was like so happy. I don't know why.
Crazy that one of the girls in the movie comes from Clitopolis.
Clitopolis, yeah. Well, yeah, she's literally called like, yeah, she comes from
just guys being dudes.
Yeah, exactly. It's so ironic because it's like, yeah, the characters that were supposed to like that they try to frame us to hate the most like ended up being the most fucking relatable characters ever. Like I'm sorry, I don't relate to like a character from Clitopolis like being in a gay bubble from outer space, but also somehow also like the deepest you go with the LGBTQ plus community is literally reading a Wikipedia article. They literally read a Wikipedia article in the fucking movie and then like rolling in the blood down. Yeah. It's just like fucking stupid, dude. It really seemed like it was going to be a really goofy, haha, funny Adult Swim movie, but it wasn't. It had so much potential, and it failed heavily. The only characters I liked, again, were like, what do you call it? The only characters I really liked was the protagonist's like girlfriend that, not the girl, not her ex, but not her ex, but the I almost said his because she acts like a fucking guy. Anyway, just saying, Like, not the X acts like a guy, but the fucking protagonist acts like a dude. Like, anyway, so there's that. Fucking, what's I gonna say? Maybe that's sexist. I don't fucking know. What else? Fucking, I'm trying to think here. What's her name? Not Willow. Fuck is her name? Hold on. Hold on, one sec. These princess characters. They've already got a fandom page, by the way, so that's fun. Let me see. Not Blade, not Sierra. Willow. Willow. Yeah. The only characters I like were fucking Willow and slightly, only very slightly, but the only characters I like were fucking Willow and the fucking straight white aliens. It's like, you know, I don't know. Everything else was just fucking stupid. I don't know. Everything else was just really fucking dumb in the movie. I'm not going to lie, it felt like I was watching just like a
pirate the movie
really...
because I'm too curious watch it, but I'm not giving money to the straight white lens movie.
No. Let's see. Straight white aliens movie. Yeah, it's really bad. Like, I don't, like, again, I feel like if you're someone that's, like, younger, like, you probably will not really see too many issues with it if you're, like, a part of the community. But, yeah, it's extremely offensive to the gay community, or to the LGBTQ plus community. Yeah, I don't know. Just, it's so fucking weird. It's so, like, it's such clunky writing. It feels like a long-form YouTube video, let me say that. I feel like if it was just something on YouTube, people would probably be like, yeah, well, this thing had, like, no fucking budget or anything like that, and it was obviously, like, something that was, like, an indie project. I don't think it, let me see the budget it had first, because, like, maybe I'm, like, not even, because I checked, like, the fucking, hold on, because I checked, like, the fucking, like, the movie out, but let me actually check, because maybe it just was really bad because, like, it had no budget at all. Hold on. Like, you know, maybe that's why. Okay.
They had Invincible and Hajbin Hotel teaming up to hate on it. It was that bad.
Yeah, it really was that bad, I know. Yeah, but Hajbin Hotel is pretty fucking, is theater kids, so obviously they fucking go crazy. Oh, and yeah, I guess you're right, Invincible probably has. Yeah, I guess, yeah, you have two completely opposite fandoms. That's fair enough. 600,000, yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I mean, for, oh my god, you can buy it on DVD. You can buy it on DVD? Holy shit, it flopped. It, $600,000 for the movie, and it made 100,000. Oh, that's gotta be painful. Oh, that sucks. Woof. Okay, where's the movie? Can you not buy it anymore? Wait a minute, hold on a minute. There's a thing that here that you were able to buy the movie. They like pulled it. Hold on. I was like, oh yeah, it's not on DVD. I'm like, well, apparently it's not anymore. Wow, they just straight up yoinked it. Oh, okay, no, I found it. It's $6. Oh, that's so sad. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh no. To buy a DVD, it fucking costs $6. Oh man, that's such... Oh, that's so sad to see. What's the Blu-ray? How much does the Blu-ray cost? Hold on. Let me see. The Blu-ray cost... What the fuck am I looking at here? Made in 2024? Oh, so this was made 2 years ago. So this only recently got, like, discovered. Yeah, so the original movie was made in 2024, I guess. Or I guess it was, like, released in 2024. Hold on, so... how much can you buy it for? A play trailer? $20. Huh. Dang. Hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to find, like, a place where I can buy the DVD, like, directly, but I don't think the owners have the original movie that they're selling. I don't think they have it on, like, anything other than, like, other websites. Bizarre. That's wild. God, it is so strange. Oh god, it's got a Rotten Tomato score. Oh no. Oh god. Oh, that's unfortunate. 33%, huh? Oof. Oof. Wow, critics really liked it though. 98%. Hold on. Wow, critics really fucking liked it though. Why did critics like it? Hold on, let's see. The most hilariously gay animated movie out there. Was it though? Is it really that fun? Is that really that funny? I wouldn't call it that. Lesbian Space Princess is a well-crafted color animated film where quirky humor and emphatic lesbian representation come together in a vibrant, playful package. No, it doesn't. What are you talking about? Like, what? Wait, hold on. Lesbian Space Princess is a well-crafted, I guess, kinda, not really well crafted. The dialogue is clunky and script's clunky. The world makes no sense, and the fucking and it's just a bunch of internet jokes that just don't work together. The dialogue is weird. All right, but okay, sure. All right, colorful animated film. Okay, I can agree on that. It was pretty colorful. Where quirky humor. Sorry. And emphatic lesbian representation come together. No, it does not. It does not represent lesbian representation. What are you talking about?
Lesbian Space Princess is a well-crafted dash. Family Feud wrong buzzer.
Yeah, just saying well-crafted is already a problem, but lesbian representation, I don't think it does that at all, to be honest. The only lesbian thing that happens is that, like, the queens are... There's queens that are a couple, but... It's just, like, they do dumb shit, and then, then there's, their pet is a pussy, not like a cat, like a literal pussy, and then, and then they live on a planet that is also a pussy. I feel like lesbians are a bit more than just their pussies, than just, their body parts. That's, women are a bit more than just their body parts sometimes, and, just, I don't know. And then they read, a Wikipedia article that just, made no fucking sense. It was just so out of place. Let's see. It may not work for everyone. Oh,
by the
boy.
way, they took the Captain Underpants show out back so they can make room for Lesbian Space Princess.
Do they really? Oh, God. That's unfortunate. Really. Don't get me wrong. I think Captain Underpants, movie was fine. I think it worked for what it was. I will not say that it was. Oh my God, I will not say it was definitely meant for anything other than people that have nostalgia for Captain Underpants and kids. It was very meant for that, and you know what? I was okay with that. I think that it's annoying that they also didn't do the Captain Underpants show. Okay, hold on. I don't really count... Okay, here's the thing. Lesbian Space Princess was just an indie film, so it's it's not necessarily the fault of Lesbian Space Princess, it's the fault of Netflix for, it's the fault for Netflix and Amazon Prime for fucking, for saying no to Captain Underpants. So that's not necessarily their fault. That's not necessarily the fault of the people that made it. It's the fault of the distributors just not doing both. Let's see. It may not work for everyone, but it's designed to become it's destined to become a cult classic. Oh god. Oh god. Goddamn. Is it really? Man, this person could have not been any more wrong. Woof. Person could not have been any more wrong. Destined to become a cult classic. Oh, good lord. Oy vey.
NVM, the ad ended early.
Okay, yeah. So you gotta love the fact that she says, but it's destined to become a cult classic. No, it's not. First off, Adult Swims don't ever become cult classics because they're Adult Swim shows. Don't get me wrong, not all the time, but usually Adult Swim, mature stuff very rarely becomes classics. They do. They very rarely become them. Mainly because mainly because an audience doesn't grow up with them because they're already adults by that point. But second off, they also but second off, it's just people don't really people also just tend to give stuff with lower ratings typically a bit more credit because they're restricted to being a little bit more following a rating system and still having emphasized stories. This does not do that. So it just adult shows TV anime shows don't typically do that often. So I'm sorry, but it's just very, very different. Anyway, let's see. Unchallenging and sometimes cliched, but ultimately good queer fun. Where? I'm just saying, man. I just don't see it because again, they're lesbians, and they didn't. How do I say this? If you took out the aspect of them being lesbian, there would be nothing. It wouldn't even matter. It wouldn't even matter. It would still be bad. It didn't matter. It just feels like someone that just doesn't understand the LGBTQ plus community at all. And that's the biggest problem about it. Let's see. This is just about the balance of zany humor with earnestness. What earnestness? What maybe I guess raw, because again, the kind of, I'm gonna say the person that made the script for it clearly is very chronically on the internet. It is very clearly made by someone that is chronically online, and they did not have the patience to make a very fleshed out show. And I'm not going to lie, they should have had a person, should have had somebody that was revise the script. They should have had a revisionist or something. Now again, I'm not saying that you should have I'm not saying that you should have full blown went into the full blown just giving it off to somebody else and let them ruin it. But I am saying that you should at least sometimes get somebody that actually does this for a living to just make sure the script isn't just fucking stupid like it is the way now, because I'm not going to lie to you. If this was one big 1 hour, 1.5 hour YouTube video, I don't think it would matter as much, and people would be like, oh yeah, well this was really dumb, and the only people that would hate it are the Gamergate anti-woke right-wing motherfuckers, right? The extremist people. That's it, right? You would still get other people that have big problems with it, but because it's on YouTube for free and the budget is still not that high, to be honest. It's a lot lower than everything else, to be honest. But it's you needed somebody to revise that script. I feel just people would have been a little bit more lenient with it, because it was something that was clearly just made for the intent of just trying to piece together something that just had a million things that didn't work, if that makes any sense. It's clearly made by an amateur, right? So it's it would have worked fine if it just wasn't like a movie that people were paying for, if that makes any sense. I know that sounds mean, because like obviously when you spend a budget on a movie, people try to sell it, but like it's gotta be worth selling sometimes, and that just feels like, you know, that feels like it felt like something that I should have not been, like something I shouldn't have like paid to watch if I was gonna pay to watch it. Obviously, you know, I sailed the high seas, don't tell anybody though. But yeah, I don't think anybody's willing to pay money for that shit. I buy things, like I buy like Blu-ray and DVDs that are movies that I like, that do very well, that deserve to have a physical copy. This is not something I want a physical copy of, to be honest. It's not good enough to be a physical copy. You know, I'm not saying that, you know, I'm not saying that it didn't have somebody try to put time and effort and energy into it. The animation is generally fine. It's alright. It's a little half-assed at certain points, and it's obviously made by an amateur, but it works, right? The animation is pretty decent. It's pretty colorful. It's quite beautiful. You know, not showing the fucking, you know, minus the stupid fucking, like, sexual shit that didn't even need to be in there, but sure. Like, not sexual shit, but like the fucking clitorises and the penises and the fucking, you know, and like the cum stains and all that shit. That was bizarre, but whatever. I'm like, minus all that shit, you know, like, I don't know. There's some things that just looked fine. It looked fine for what it was, right? I think it would have been fine, but it just, I don't know. It's just not something I would pay for generally. Let's see. Boosted by terrific comic creations, The Straight White Aliens. Okay, so this was a comic first. That makes sense. I'm going to be honest. Maybe this is just maybe the comic is far better. I am not going to lie. I could see this working as a comic. As a movie, probably not. This makes more sense. I definitely give a little bit more leniency because it's a comic than a movie. Okay, I could see that working. I'm not gonna lie. It might not be that great, but I could definitely see someone flipping through the pages at their own pace, and I would probably genuinely have a good time with it. Like, but because this explains the pacing, because the pacing is really fucking weird in it. I brought that up a few times, but the pacing is extremely strange in it. Like, because there's some jokes that go on for way too long. There's some things that, like, some moments that go on for way too long, and then there's others that just, like, that they could have, like, stretched out the joke a little bit longer. There's certain parts that really needed, like, good timing, if that makes any sense. And that definitely was one of them. Okay, so that definitely makes sense. So I can definitely see that now. Okay. Probably need to make that a little bit louder, sorry. God damn it. Ah! Fuck, hold on. There we go. Anyway. Let's see. The gender satire might have been darker or more pointed. What? Gender satire? What? Hold on. What do you mean gender satire? The gender satire might have been darker or more pointed? No, it wasn't. What was dark about it? I'm sorry, I'm so confused. Like, this is so fucking weird. Yet the mood is warm, endearing, and giddy. What was dark about it? I'm sorry, I don't get it. It's like the gender satire might have been darker and more pointed. What do you mean? It was heavily surface level. Like, okay, hold on. Let me think about this. The gender satire. What is he talking about? I'm like genuinely trying to figure out which part of the movie he was talking about. Like, it was, let's see. The princess. What satire? I'm so confused. Because we had like a Mad Max type. We had the princess type that was like ignorant. We had the queens, which I guess were like really goofy. Then we had the sexist robot, the sexist like ship, but that was very surface level, not very dark at all. then obviously the giant penis monster, giant penis robot monster, I guess. Then we have the goth girl. Then we have the white malians. And then we have, yeah, then we have the Mad Max girl. Like, what? And then we have the drag queen, DJ. But she wasn't really that dark. I'm so confused. Maybe I'm not a woman, so I don't understand what was dark about it, but neither is this guy. Neither is this male. Neither is this man. So, like, I don't see that really that well. Okay, whatever. Let's see. Well, it feels like an Adult Swim mashup. I did say that it was gonna feel like that, but it didn't. Of Barbarella and the L Word. I don't know what the hell either of those are. There's a lot of heart here, too. Again, I don't disagree. It just really, I'm just gonna be honest here, they needed a writer. They needed, like, some kind of writer. They needed someone that was good at writing to be like, okay, so you need to change this, this, and this, and this, and then it will be like, then you'll be good. Someone that obviously wouldn't censor all the, like, LGBTQ stuff, but someone that would at least, like, understand how to maybe make something work a little better than it did. You know, if that makes any sense. I don't disagree. It's just like, again, they just needed somebody that was like a bit of a, like, more polished writer, you know? And again, if I had at least the budget that they, like, again, the budget that they had is very tiny, and I know it would have costed more, but it would have really fucking helped, genuinely. If I, like, because if I ever make something like this large, I'm going to get a writer. I'm going to get someone that clearly knows, like, that clearly is really good at writing, even if it's just, like, someone that's a bit more, like, even if it's someone that's, like, a smaller writer, obviously, because I can't get, like, those really good, like, fucking high-paid writers, but, like, you know, it's, like, generally looking at someone that maybe, like, understands writing, like, writing aspects more, like, they've done this so fucking long that, like, you know, these people that write spend so much time making sure that they, like, you know, keep out certain things that people don't like and put in things that people do like, but also, like, at the same time also don't change a story. A lot of writers do that.
If I watched this film too, I'd love to chip in my thoughts.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, well, that's what I'm saying though. Like, there's a lot of, and that's the thing is, I think I could change a lot of things about this movie too, like, writing wise, but do I think I would have been do I think I would have done as good of a job of fixing this as, like, an actual writer does? Fuck no. Actual writers have a certain set of skills that they take years to learn, and it works. It's just, you know, and it works a lot of times. You know, sometimes it doesn't, but it does, but they're writers for a reason, you know, and I think they needed to at least find somebody that could do that, right? Let's see. In a queer coming-to-age tale. Queer coming-to-age tale? What do you mean coming of age? Oh, coming-of-age tale, sorry. Okay, I thought coming-to-age, sorry. Queer coming-of-age tale? How? Again, how? What do you mean coming-of-age tale? That there's no one coming of age. What are you talking about? I guess, like, yeah, okay, I guess the protagonist was changing themselves, but they weren't really coming of age. They were just self-improving, whatever. Anyway, that also tackles mental health issues head on. I'm gonna heavily disagree with you on there, Chief, because all that happened was a person was insecure about themselves and then, like, did fucking nothing the whole time and acted that way the whole fucking time and had nobody change them the whole fucking time, and, like, and then had, like, an anxiety attack, and then, like, randomly, like, out of fucking nowhere for 2 fucking seconds, like, for one scene, one little teeny tiny scene of like, them interacting with another character that was a background character that they never interacted with, like, having a weird conversation that was very artificial, and then randomly, all of a sudden, boom, just like that, she fucking changes. Like, no. No, it's not. I feel like somebody that could do a way better job with tackling mental health issues. I'm sorry, but no, that is just false. So, alright. Despite some missteps, Anyway, directors Varghese, I don't even know. I did look at these two. I think that's, okay, these two made it together. The main person that pops up is the 34-year-old. I don't think that the younger person really put too much input in on it. I'm not gonna lie. If they did, it would make a lot more sense, but I don't even know how young the other person is because it doesn't say how young they are. But a 34-year-old should definitely know, like, should definitely know how to write a story like this now, by this point. They've experienced enough that they should know, but they don't yet. Alright, let's see. But they didn't put in this movie, I should say that. They know, they just didn't put in this movie. Clearly have put a lot of love into this project. As true as that is...
Unfortunately, not the 34-year-olds I know.
Yeah, not the 34-year-olds I know. Yeah, well, I'm talking about somebody that's LGBTQ, that's been in it, like, I'm almost in my 30s. People should know by this point, like, you know, like, how to write these kinds of stories, especially this director has, or not director, this director, this animator, the person that made the movie, right? The main person of the movie, straight up just, like, has made many movies before this. A lot of them were quite average,
I'm mostly looking
apparently.
at my family, so never mind.
Yeah, they're all quite average, right? Like the movie, not your family, sorry, but the person that did this made a lot of, like, very average movies. You would think that maybe, like, with this, something that was their passion project, they could at least do something after being familiar with what to do and what not to do, but they didn't follow through with that, you know. An independent animation that showcases the brightness.
In their 30s could be great writers, or even in their mid-20s.
Oh, 1000%. I think there was like a fucking 18, or like, sorry. Yeah, there was like a bunch of 20-year-olds, like, you know, like I said, I mean, Obsession and fucking, like, and Backrooms. Those dudes are like I think only like 21. And they've already made like a fucking fantastic movie. So it's like, yeah, it's possible. It's definitely possible to be a good writer when you're young like that. So, not everybody, but it does happen.
I wouldn't mind seeing anything that you've written, if you have.
I wouldn't mind seeing anything that you've written, if you have. I've scrapped a lot of my stuff, to be honest. I used to make, like, a lot of music and shit, but then I wrote a lot of things. But I don't know. It's like, I've not been too confident in my writing ability.
Let me say, I'd rather have furries make 2010-styled animations from the 2010s era of YouTube. Like, I don't know, Fimations type stuff. I'm talking stuff in the art style of something like that. Like South Park.
Yeah, like, Fimations
and I used
is
to write
quite
poetry
fun.
in late 2024. Some of it I'm still proud of today.
Yeah, I definitely, like, I don't know. I've done a lot of writing, but, like, I've never made them into full-blown animations, so I should have, but, you know, I just like doing shit posts a lot more. I like doing quick jokes a lot more, because writing full-fledged scripts, and then, like, or writing, like, a full-fledged story, and then having to, like, delete, and then write again, delete, and writing again, and delete, and it's like, all right, you know, and then you think you finally got this fucking script, and then you finally think you've got, like, the basic thing down, and you delete, and then you finally, like...
I like it, and I hope the person I made it for likes it too. Which, spoiler, they do.
Oh yeah, well, I'm glad to hear it, Kabeko. You should be proud of it. Of course, you should. You should be. You know, and then, you know, then you finally, like, type it all out and you finally get something, and then you try to, like, check, you know, then you try to check with somebody that actually, like, you know, knows how to, like, write good stories, and then that person goes like, wow, I'm sorry to say this, but this is shit, you know? And that's good. They should be honest about that. LeBron Space Princess. I mean, fucking...
I scrapped a couple stories, not because of a lack of confidence, but I wouldn't know where and how to publish my work. I need to get back to the pen.
It's specifically... I didn't not make them because I wasn't confident in making them. It's because of the fact that, like... What do you call it? It's because of the fact that making something that large is it takes a lot of time and effort and like energy, and it could just still fail. And I'm not saying that I'm afraid of failing or anything like that, but it's just like I'm not as good at like making these longer stuff. Like, again, a movie like this, I would not be able to make better, if that makes any sense, if I didn't have like a template, right? You know, but I am good at shorter shitpost. I'm good at shitposting. That is a thing I have very much confidence in because I've been doing it for so long, right? But again, I've gotten good at shitposting, but that doesn't mean that I still don't have my duds every once in a while, but I'm very much better at that than I am at making like long form stuff. Now, don't get me wrong, I could make long form stuff pretty often, but it just like, you know, but I enjoy making shitpost more than I do making stuff that like that would be like a full-fledged cinematic
from 11
movie.
or 10 years ago that have so little amounts of subs on YouTube. They deserve more because animation the goat.
Oh yeah, 1000%, dude. Yep, that's just the life of being an artist. Let's see. No one will look back and say that Lesbian Space Princess won Friends and accolades for its animation chops or revolutionary storyline. The clout here is in a collision of unshamedly woke politics and okay, all right, fuck off. Fuck off. All right, that's definitely a person that's like, that clearly was like very Gamergate. This is the type of shit that you're kind of expecting. I still like that they did a 3 out of 5 though, which is really funny. Hold on. Okay, anti-woke. They're the fucking anti-woke fuckers. I'm calling them anti-woke because they said it's woke. Hold on. Yeah, it's like, the clout here is, or let's see. No one will look back and say that Lesbian Space Princess, keep in mind, this guy's got a JoJo ass, like fucking, this guy's got a JoJo ass profile picture. No one will look back and say that Lesbian Space Princess won Friends.
Take care, dude. Take care. Super chefs. Hope you have a nice night or SMTH.
Right,
I don't know, my time zone's different.
You have a good night, Kabeko. No one will look back and say that Lesbian Space Princess won Friends and accolades for its animation chops, or revolutionary storyline. I'm autistic. The clout here is in a collision of unashamedly woke politics and crude on-the-nose humor. It's fucking stupid. I'm like, all right, dude, chill the fuck out. This is the kind of shit that I was expecting, like, was just somebody bitching about that shit and, like, not being correct, but no.
This profile picture looks like Glass Joe, which is the weakest boxer in the Punch-Out franchise.
Oh, it is. Hold on, let me see. It might be. Let's see. It does look like Glass Joe, to be honest. Yes, that is true. Yeah, it is fucking so stupid, dude. No, don't get me wrong.
No, that's not Glass Joe.
I would just say it's very, that's not Glass Joe. Well, it looks like Glass Joe. I mean, let's see, let's compare here. So here's him, and here, he'd probably be able, he's the one that got beaten, that Glass Joe beat versus the 99 losses. All right, here's Glass Joe. Hold on. Here's Glass Joe, and here's Hillary White. Wow. Wow, the fucking resemblance is uncanny. Hold on. There you go. Shh. Yeah, that's Glass Joe for you. Shh. You just grew a mustache.
Too damn similar, lol.
Yeah, it is very similar, isn't it? Anywho, alright. Alright. I'm gonna end stream.